Welcome back to Cookies and Milk, episode 134. I'm your host, William.
Episode 134, I'm your host, Ben.
We're having some rainbow cookies, but also a big old Panera bread cookie that I'm about to split in half.
It's a good cookie. It's even better warm, but...
You want to go warm it up?
It's
have
fine.
a William Lonely hour?
It's fine. It's better when you get it fresh from Panera, but I'm sure it'll be just as good now.
Anyway, with that Panera ad out of the way.
It's fine if you get it not warm. Panera.
Anyway. I'm playing a little bit of Lords of the Fallen recently.
Yeah, played that a while back when it was because it was free on Xbox.
That's why I'm playing it.
Yeah, because you have it. You have all my games.
Yeah, except it keeps being like, does someone here have Xbox Gold? Because it forgets that you're on the console.
Yes.
Anyway.
What a weird way to ask that.
Well, obviously it's not the wording. It's the person who installed this must have a gold membership to access this piece of data.
Sure, yeah.
But it's slow, man. Like,
It's so slow.
and it kind of dull. Because, like,
It feels uninspired.
here's the weirdest thing. The start of Lords of the Fallen, do you remember it?
It's like a church, right? You go into like a little church.
Well, what about the opening cutscene?
There's a dude.
Dude in the snow
Yes.
finds a hammer, throws down like a vow to the gods, fights this giant beast.
Yeah.
Then a gigantic hand that looked to be like 4 mountains
Yes.
just raises up out of the ground.
Oh yeah.
And then it cuts to in a different time, in a different war. And I'm like, I wanted to start there.
That time, that war, Lords of the Fallen.
Like, if I started then, like, if the gods, like, crushed that dude, then he was, like, Kratos at the beginning of God of War 2,
Yeah.
that'd be fun as hell. But, no, you're just, like, fresh out of prison. People don't trust you, you don't trust people. And you're fighting diseased and some demons, but then the first 2 bosses are big dudes with shields.
It sucked. It's so bad. I hate
So
the first boss.
the first boss was more fun than the second boss. I don't think you got to him.
Is the second boss after the arm cannon?
Yeah.
I feel like I might have gotten to that boss and then stopped.
So first boss is a guy who gets a bit more movement heavy when he throws off some armor. Like when you phase him once, phase him twice, his shield breaks.
That fight was when I first realized I was playing a Dark Souls clone.
Really?
Yeah.
It took you that long? Well, you don't have a lot of Dark Souls.
I don't have a
experience.
lot of Dark Souls experience.
So I knew it was a Dark Souls clone going in. And it's so obviously one. You can press Y to dual hand your weapon. You need stats, the proper stats to wield a weapon properly. You have magic, you have stamina. Well, that's just normal, everything.
yeah.
You have potions that regen at checkpoints. But then they make it like a weird thing you can give to people. Like halfway, there was like a monk you can cut his hand off.
Yeah.
And then give him your potion, then go back to a checkpoint and refill it. And sometimes you get 2, but sometimes you get 3 back. But then the first boss, jumping back to that, he'll throw his shield aside, and then he'll just be like a full-on demon in like a loincloth at the end, being a much more fast-paced boss. The second boss is just a fully armored dude with a big shield that you can't get past.
Doesn't he summon little dudes?
Then he hides himself.
Yeah.
Something a Dark Souls boss really shouldn't ever do.
Yes.
And then waits for dudes to come out and fight you. An interesting thing, I will say there is an interesting thing to this. The XP system in this game is kind of fun. So it's like based around like multiplier, how far you can get, how many things you can kill.
It rewards you for going further and further. I do remember that.
Without healing.
Yeah.
Without activating the checkpoint to get potions back and stuff. It's weird, though, that you can still bank XP. You can bank XP towards stat point or a spell point.
Huh.
You can go to and it won't decrease your modifier.
That's weird.
Yeah, so you don't have to lose your XP. You can always just bank it towards something.
But yeah, that was my thing about Lords of the Fallen, is that I'm not gonna come out here and be like, you can't copy other games. It's uninspired and bad.
Right.
Because that's not. I like Neo. Neo's one of my favorite games ever, and it's Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Dark Souls with a really great
get
combat
Sekiro.
system. I should get Sekiro.
Because that's just Neo.
It isn't, but it's close enough.
Why isn't it?
There's a huge emphasis on stealth in Sekiro.
Yeah.
Like, I hear like that's one of the primary things in the game. Is it's very stealth based. Get off the table, you little dude. Oh, I left my dice here.
Two thing you got back.
Walk away, man.
Robuba's here.
But yeah, I mean, I'm really just on the Neo 2 train.
Yeah? You're waiting for Neo 2?
I'm waiting for Neo 2.
You think it's going to happen?
It's already announced.
Oh.
It got announced around the same time as Sekiro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oof. That's why I didn't hear about him.
Also, Lords of the Fallen gives you an arm cannon.
It does, and it doesn't. The projectile is the only thing that feels good. Because it was the only thing that damaged the second boss consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because it doesn't care about shields. I remember I fought a boss style character, like, just, and it's fine that this happened, but I could not hurt it. Like, I could not. There wasn't like a good pattern, so I just had to back up and shoot it with the cannon.
Yep.
I'm sure I just had to get good, but still.
It just feels so out of place.
It does. I wish it would have been more like what's the word? Darksiders. I feel like it could have had more of a Darksiders feel, and I would have been happy with that.
Like almost like a steampunkish tech thing going on.
Yeah. But it didn't.
It had to be Darksiders too.
I mean, more combat-wise.
Yeah.
If it was a Dark Souls like inspired world with mixes of Darksiders and Dark Souls combat, that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. Darksiders combat's one of my absolute favorite.
Yeah, maybe make the main character of the Fallen Lords, whatever. What's it called? Lords of the Fallen. I forgot about his name. Make him just a bit more agile. Like, make him like moving in this hulking armor, but just like have a bit more fluidity to
You
himself.
don't get to edit them at all, do you?
No,
Ah.
he has like normal. He has a set history and a set name and all that.
Yes. Which again, speaking from Neo, totally fine. Totally acceptable to do that. But one of the things that I feel like draws people into Dark Souls is the fact that you do just get to do whatever you want.
I mean, in Dark Souls, you're just like you're the chosen undead. You're the Ashen One. You're the chosen undead again. You aren't someone with a past. They make that very clear in Dark Souls 2, mainly. That you are on this quest for no apparent reason.
Right.
You're on this quest to remember, but then you forget why you're remembering. That's fun.
That is fun.
Dark Souls 2 is fun. Let's get back into Dark Souls 2 talk.
For those of you uninformed, if you just want to click on any of the episodes,
Any of them.
1 through 100, you will almost guaranteed find Dark Souls 2 talk.
Dark Souls 2 talk, Mass Effect talk.
Mass Effect talk.
Any of those talks. So, Overwatch had a fun little trailer to its new event.
I haven't actually seen the trailer yet.
You should.
Yeah.
So it has like a fun Omnic playing with a coin, like talking about how people's loyalties can be bought and the price is always changing. And then it's like Winston, Mercy, Tracer, and Genji. They're on a mission. They're new. It's not old.
They're new Overwatch.
They're new Overwatch, that's fun.
Yeah, that's fun. Never really seen that at all.
That's true. It's all been Halloween and all that, but it's weird It's weird
Oh,
that this is the first
legit
story
thing.
in Overwatch.
Or so Blackwatch.
No, I mean like,
But-
Blackwatch was
Yeah, but this is the first story of Overwatch.
post the starting cutscene
Yeah.
in Overwatch.
Yeah, immediately after Winston calls everybody back together, and then this happens.
We keep doing Meet the Heroes, but we need to do more with the heroes.
So 3 years after Overwatch's initial release,
yeah, fan base is in tatters.
the game's player base is at all-time low. Probably, I don't know.
Absolutely.
They're finally like, all right,
All
want to hear
pulled
a
our
story?
hands. Marcus, I wanted to pitch a better way to handle Overwatch's story, missions, and all that.
You think you can do better than Blizzard?
I think I can absolutely do better than Blizzard.
All right, let me hear it.
Okay, so handling like certain situations in all of the different maps, making giving a story to each and every single one that isn't like past. You can have those, but like have it so you and like a couple friends can jump in with a select pool of heroes, because you can't have every hero in at once. Go through the map doing like objectives and fighting NPC enemies, like you do in Junkenstein's Revenge or something.
Uprising.
Like
Is
Uprising.
the one you're looking for.
Uprising is exactly what I'm looking for. But so, like, have a bunch of different missions, like Subspace Emissary almost.
Yeah.
Or, you wouldn't know this, but it's Halo Spartans. In Halo 4, there was like a campaign after, where you got to play as your customizable Spartan with a group of 3 friends.
Oh, like MGS5.
Yeah, but better.
Whoa there!
Wait, what's in MGS5?
After you realize you're Venom Snake and you're the
You
player
can play
character, you can play as the player
absolutely better than that.
character. I know.
Because it's a whole different story. It's like what happens after Halo 4.
Yeah.
It would be sort of like that. So you'd be, let's say, the first one. Obviously, Winston has put a call out for Overwatch agents, and they have a designated meeting spot. Let's say Route 66.
Sure.
But they're not the only ones
Oh.
that respond to the call. Talon's there. So Talon fights.
You get like a little boss fight of sorts.
You get a boss fight, like
like Junkenstein's Revenge.
yeah, but you're moving through the map
Okay.
with maybe, let's say, Widowmaker's like on the purges, and you keep having to push her further back.
Yeah.
Because it'd be a fun place to fight a Widowmaker.
Yeah.
While you're fighting Talon agents as you move through, and then you find the repurposed Blackwatch gang or
Deadlock.
Deadlock gang hideout. And that goes from there. Like, you just keep doing these little contained stories that, like, link the story together of Overwatch versus Talon in the New Age. And these events come around, like Uprising and Junkenstein's Revenge or whatever, that, like, shed more story on, like, what happened before.
Right, instead of being the...
And, like, there's, like, new quests that keep popping up as time goes on.
like a mobile game of sorts.
Yeah, but it's free updates.
Yeah. Like a mobile game of sorts.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess I can see it. Here's my idea.
Okay.
We make all the titties bigger.
Oh. Even Roadhogs?
Yeah.
Nice, man.
I'm nothing if not an equal opportunist. So, if we come meet me somewhere in the middle of our two ideas, and I think we got a real great idea.
Yeah.
And we got a real video game we can ship.
So they all
pitch to
meet
Blizzard.
at Route 66, and Tracer's tits are out to here.
Yes!
Oh, God.
Oh, it's a perfect.
All the
video
kernel
game.
accelerators. Harm to you, Tracer.
Winston's like, that's not good.
That's not good at all. How are you allowed to get away with this, and I'm not allowed to say Grookey with a penis?
Let's look at the differences here. One of them's lighthearted fun, and the other one's some kind of degenerate bullshit.
Which one's
you
which?
always pull out?
Which one's which?
Yeah, I don't know if it needs all that. I definitely think there was some appeal to a story mode, but
That's the biggest thing that people have a problem with Overwatch. Like, they pitched a big story and didn't deliver.
yeah, it was supposed to be a movie at some point. And they just didn't do it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Think about Battleborn.
Well, how do you think? Why do you think Battleborn failed?
Questionable launch, uninspired game design, too much emphasis on DLC and
DLC?
buying stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think it would have been bigger if Overwatch had not released alongside it.
Yes.
I think that was the only reason it really failed.
But
I think it would have had a slower death if it didn't release along Overwatch.
yeah, alongside Overwatch was a real bad thing for it. But that being said, I think Overwatch advertised itself as this multiplayer shooter. And I think everybody knew that when they were going in. Nobody picked up Overwatch because they wanted to see Winston get the gang back together.
It's true.
But
I think as time went on,
once they were hooked into it, then it was like, oh, hey, you guys have this whole thing here. Are we getting something for this?
which would have been wonderful if they had been like, it's like a year or 6 months in.
Yeah.
We've been developing these story missions as time goes on, and you've found your group, and it can be super hard for people who want the challenge or just want the story, like
I don't think...
Mass Effect difficulties.
I think if I had to do it, I would release Uprising.
You'd release Uprising first?
I would release Uprising, and I would leave Uprising in the game.
Okay.
And then I would release Blackwatch. Blackwatch would come maybe another 6 months later. In between, there would be an event or something to keep people entertained.
Launch of competitive.
Launch of competitive to make it an esport and all that jazz. And then I would release Blackwatch. And then I would go, just more events, get like the league going, and then I would do this.
Some holiday...
Holiday stuff in between, of course.
and then do my idea?
I think it would become your idea. You would go from...
you would see all the high point... You'd see all the main points of Overwatch's past.
Yeah, so, like you said, you would have the Italy stage, where Blackwatch takes place, and then you would fight through the Talon soldiers and stuff, and get to the end of it, and then it would be released as a map.
It does feel like it would be very nice. So, okay, next thing... There should have been a special mission with every single release. So, Uprising, that'd be good. Release of who came out first? Ana?
Ana. No, was it Sombra or Ana?
It was Ana because Sombra was the big one.
Yeah.
I don't know about Sombra and Ana, but definitely with Doomfist.
Yeah.
So Doomfist breaking out of prison.
Yeah, Doom, because we got that, like, the cinematic and stuff where it's like him
Punching.
fighting Tracer and Genji,
Yeah.
and it's like, do we do that?
No.
Not quite. But getting a boss fight with that.
I was thinking like playing as like it'd be fun if you could play as like Talon agents escorting Doomfist
Yeah.
to his place in Umbani, and you play as an overpowered Doomfist through the rest of the map.
So, I mean, there's no... Then it just loops back into itself. It's a versus. It's the Yeti mode.
That's right.
It's a 5v1.
Yeah.
So you play as Doomfist in all his full power glory versus a Tracer and a Genji and a Winston.
Yeah.
This seems like stuff that they just didn't have time for, I guess.
I mean,
They gave Overwatch a dev team of so many people, and this dev team was all in on balancing, introducing new heroes, and making fun skins.
yeah.
The story was the last thing on their mind,
That doesn't sound right. It's Blizzard. Blizzard likes story.
Sure.
No, it doesn't.
Is Blizzard.
Yeah.
Blizzard saw that loot boxes were what made cash.
It was early in on the loot box craze, though.
Yeah, it was one of the progenitors. But it saw that was what made money, and that story content was frivolous. It didn't make them cash.
Yeah, that's true.
Events and legendary skins made them cash. It made children get their parents' wallets and buy them loot boxes.
Ugh.
Scoff at Battlefront all you want, but Overwatch did it first. It did it worse. Or better.
How are you feeling about Jedi the Fallen Order?
Who cares?
What?
Who cares?
I care.
I hope it's good then. I don't care about it.
Well, I guess that's fair. You're not a big Star Wars fan.
What?
You aren't.
Did you see episode 8?
9?
9 isn't out yet.
9 is not out yet.
Did you see 8?
I saw the ending of 8.
You saw the ending.
Yeah. I don't watch movies.
Alright. Big Star Wars fan then, huh?
No, definitely
How
not.
was Battlefront 2?
Why would I play Battlefront 2?
Shut the fuck up. Get out of here.
No! What are you fucking... You're like, I didn't toe myself up as a big Star Wars fan. I'm just like, oh yeah, you're not a big Star Wars fan.
You said you were excited for it,
I was!
and then you're not a big Star Wars fan, with the implication that you were. You said I wasn't and you were, and then you said, of course not, you're not a Star Wars fan.
You're not a Star Wars fan.
You're not a Star Wars fan. And then
Did I say big Star Wars fan?
I don't know what you said. You're not a Star Wars fan, but the implication there
Is I am a Star...
is that you are.
I'm not one of the big Star Wars fans that consumes every single piece of content. I'm not caring about the new trilogy.
So then why would the...
I'm keeping an eye on shit. If something sparks my interest.
What's this goddamn weird accusation, then?
Are you a Star Wars fan?
I like Star Wars.
Okay.
You didn't even ask why I wasn't interested. You were just like, yeah, he's not a Star Wars fan.
Because you don't talk about Star Wars a lot.
Of course, you don't like Star Wars. You're not a Star Wars fan.
Of course not.
So then why the fuck would I talk about it?
Why aren't you interested in it?
It doesn't look that good.
You haven't seen any gameplay.
I mean, it just looks like a... It looks like a trailer for a movie I wouldn't watch.
That's fair.
It looks like all the things that I didn't care about in Rogue One or in the new trilogy are there in this game. And I'm not interested in it.
I think what interests me about it is the fact that it's not anything that Battlefront is. Out of all of the EA Star Wars games, this is the only one that looks good. This is the only one that isn't like multiplayer or something.
And here is something I'll say about it. Whereas Battlefront is all like, hey, you like Star Wars? Look at this Star Wars stuff. This one is like, hey, you get to play as somebody who's force sensitive on the coast of everything. They're so far removed. It's not the movies. It's you're doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Which is a step in the right direction rather than making kids spend cash to get Darth Vader.
So, yeah. Here's what stung about Battlefront 2. I was interested in it, not because of the multiplayer. There is a single-player campaign where you play as a new character who's, like, questioning the Empire. She's like an ace operative for the Empire, doing cool things, taking down the rebels and stuff.
Sure.
But then it, like, shifts, and she's, like, questioning things and stuff like that. And then it eventually you become a rebel fighter, I believe.
Sure.
That was interesting to me. Like, playing around in a Star Wars universe, not like in a big war zone.
Yeah.
All the wars is fun. I want to explore.
Yeah.
Because there was that canceled Star Wars game that looks kind of like Fallen Order, but is not. It's like you're playing as like not a Jedi, just like a bounty hunter being trapped in like underneath Coruscant.
Yes, I remember the one.
Yeah, like 17 whatever.
Yeah.
And it got canceled and people were like, what the fuck? I was kind of like, that looks kind of fun. Me, a local Star Wars fan.
Yes.
I played the fucking MMO.
Whoa, props to you.
Wow.
It's not an MMO, which is what I really expected it to be.
You expected Fallen Order to be an MMO?
Yeah. I mean, I heard a new Star Wars game that was like single player driven focus, and I was like, oh, it's going to be like a MMO type deal.
What?
But no, this one it's going to have to go into the extended universe now. There's no room for,
The new extended universe?
then it's going to fit into the new extended universe. There's no room for a character who can make multiple decisions. Otherwise, how do you appear in the movies?
You don't know if it's... Oh, is it character driven? Is it choice driven?
I don't think so. I would assume it's not.
Right.
Which is...
See, they touted it as like a different time, a different place, but I heard execute. I heard
Order 66.
I had
yeah.
Order 66 in the trailer. I'm like, so it's not new.
Yeah, it's like between...
Oh, Mandalorian is a new place. Are you? I'm excited for Mandalorian.
The TV show?
It's a movie. It's
I
a
thought-
TV show?
I thought it was on the Disney streaming service.
There's no way Mandalorian is on the Disney streaming service.
That's where they're putting Marvel stuff. That's where
Oh,
they're putting Hawkeye's new show.
Hawkeye's new show.
Hawkeye's getting a single show.
Wow.
Yeah. About time.
No,
No, yeah.
it's not going to be good.
Uh,
Look at Arrow. Look at Flash. They're not good enough to get their own movies.
they're not even the same. That was one of the things that weirded me out. They're not the same characters from the WB shows.
Yeah?
Aren't the same characters as are in the movies.
I thought they were. I thought that was the whole thing.
Nope. Different Flash.
What the fuck?
I know. That's literally like I assumed that. I was like, oh, it's a universe, but it's like nope.
Awful, right?
Yeah, it's weird. It's a really weird decision. I don't think the cyborg from the movies is the same one
Patrol?
that's in Doom Patrol.
Definitely
yeah.
not.
That
I
being
can't.
said,
Doom Patrol seems kind of fun.
yeah, I would like
So
to watch Doom
I
Patrol.
was really confused at first because they made Doom Patrol seem all sad. And I'm like, oh, it makes me real sad. But then Doom Patrol's funny.
Yeah, like every ad is just like the funniest stuff. The Mandalorian is an upcoming American space opera web television series scheduled to premiere on Disney Plus on November 12th.
Oh man,
All things considered, the Disney Plus has a pretty strong lineup. I was like, Disney Plus as a streaming service, who cares? I'm not going to want to watch Disney movies only.
I kind of want to watch The Mandalorian.
And then they were like, oh yeah, we also have Marvel and Star Wars, did you forget? And I was like, fuck. I did forget.
Like, I would be down for a grittier Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
After I watched a show about the Rebels, Star Wars Rebels.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Oh boy,
I wanted to watch it
I did want to watch it.
because it's got some really cool scenes in it.
Right, but
I'm not here for everything else that goes on in that show.
too much stuff happens that's just not good.
I don't. Yeah, just
But with Mandalorian, it's like new live action.
yeah.
I think Star Wars is very good live action, but it's Star Wars is a good live action and animated.
Yeah.
if done correctly.
Apparently, Clone Wars was really good.
Yeah,
And-
I also fun thing. I hear in the Rebels review that
Yeah.
they did is that Clone Wars did very well because they were getting they were at the final season and threatened of getting canceled.
Oh, so they were just doing.
So they were just doing whatever they wanted to do.
Yeah. And then apparently the animated Clone Wars was, or the 2D. Yeah. Now, if only that guy could get a show to run for
Longer than
like
That was Samurai Jack, right?
a couple seasons. Yeah, and then it finale'd a long time later.
Yeah,
And then,
to a very strange ending.
yeah, and it ended.
Samurai Jack did end, yeah. Sadly, but
It really ended.
let's talk about the ending of Samurai Jack.
Yeah, sure, we can talk about that.
How's that?
It really just happens. It's just like, oh, shit.
Pacing's awful.
Oh, she got a coup powers, you win.
I mean, yeah. Aku sure did do that to himself.
Yeah, he literally just like...
He was his own demise.
Yeah. That's the problem with time travel, right? It's just like, hey, game over, fucker.
Yeah.
Time traveled right back to you. It was... it had a lot of good build-up, I feel like, and then it just did some stuff at the end.
Yeah. I want to talk about KOTOR real quick.
Sure, go ahead.
I'm really sad that I could never play it. Because it glitched out
Yeah.
when I got off the first world. It was like, you're on Dantooine. I'm like, what? Dantooine?
We've definitely talked about this one before on the podcast, too.
Dantooine?
I didn't remember the KOTOR conversation, but I remember Dantooine.
Of course, who could forget Dantooine? I feel like KOTOR built it up. Let me talk about KOTOR's pacing real quick.
Sure.
We're talking about pacing a lot. KOTOR has bad pacing.
Oh.
It happens so quick. So KOTOR 1, never played 2. Have it installed on my laptop.
Yes.
But I want to beat KOTOR 1, but I can't.
Of course.
It's the Catch-22.
Boot it up on the Xbox.
The old Xbox?
The old Xbox.
I tried.
Did you?
No, I did. Well, I mean, I tried playing it a long time ago. But that Xbox destroyed discs, remember?
Well, you only need to play it once.
Speedrun.
Can you beat Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag before the chocolate coins melt and destroy the Xbox One?
What is that from?
It's just a picture. It's just like a green text.
But, so, you wake up on a starship being bombarded by things, and you wake up, and it's like, you go through a bunch of things.
The game
You
crashes.
see, probably, you fight a Sith, you don't fight a Sith, don't worry. Like, someone who saves you, sacrifices themselves to fight a Sith,
Yes.
and you jettison yourself down to the world. And
no
you're-
space shuttle. No escape pod.
Just you.
Just you.
Well, no, you get an escape pod and you hit there. And it's just, the story moves slow enough to be like, this is kind of fun. The game goes hard so quick, though. Because you're like, as soon as you leave, like, because the planet is being bombarded
Yes.
to the point where the entire planet is destroyed. Like, not, like, physically,
Yeah.
but just barren earth.
Yeah, it's a real scorched earth scenario.
And then you go to Dantooine, and you've saved, like, a Jedi named Bastille, and she's like, ooh, you're Force sensitive.
Oh, she turns out to be evil at the end, right?
No?
Oh shit, what plot twist am I thinking
What are you
of?
talking about? You're Darth Revan.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
That's the thing.
I think it was like the Jedi Order did that to you, or your apprentice did that to you to, like, get you out of the picture.
Right.
But that way you just become either the strongest Sith or the strongest Jedi again.
Right.
But then you get to Dantooine and they're like, you gotta become a Jedi.
Yes.
I wish I had more time to not be.
To figure out your own path.
So, that's the kind of the issue I have with the Fallen Order. Maybe I don't want to be a Jedi.
Yeah, that's literally the thing.
So I'm fine with the story that, like, oh, he's Force sensitive. That he's like a scrapper kid, that they're Force sensitive. But that's every single Star Wars story.
And then you're a Jedi.
And then, wait a minute. No, wait.
That's every Star Wars story.
Anakin, kid on a desert planet, becomes a Jedi. Fuck.
Luke,
What?
Rey.
Luke and Rey. That's fine, right?
The Star Wars has been telling the same story. There's
differences.
There's only one story. There's
There's always an evil Skywalker.
There's only one story, but then there's a step further, and you can't keep telling the same story. Star Wars.
Okay, so I would like it if there was the Mandalorian the game.
That's definitely.
Did you ever hear of the game Bounty Hunter? You played as a bounty hunter in Star Wars.
Yes.
I wish there was a game like that today.
Yeah.
Could you imagine going to, like, different planets, like hunting a target, like, and going about it different ways?
Everybody who says, like, wouldn't it be great to be a Jedi or wouldn't it be great to be
No,
a Sith?
I've been a Sith and a Jedi forever.
They're both Wrong.
This comes back to the MMO.
The right answer is centrists.
No, wait. No.
No, the right answer is
Grey Jedi.
doing whatever you want
Exactly.
in space.
Because there's so much world.
You're in space.
Things don't have to be black and white.
There's every planet.
Look at Mass Effect.
And you're out there like, oh man, I hope I join up with the people who say I can't have sex?
We join up with the people that should have too much sex.
Or the people who try and kill their higher up at every single opportunity?
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
So, MMORPG. Jumping back to the Old Republic.
Mm-hmm.
I started quite a few playthroughs, just because I had an Amazon gift card and I just boop 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 bought like some points, because it works that way. It's a free to play, but you can buy points on it.
Okay.
So it's not a subscription based thing. And I just expanded my character slots, bought races that I wanted to play. I started as Jedi Knight, Jedi what a Yoda is. So
Yeah.
I started as an Obi-Wan style character who uses more Force lightsaber based stuff.
Yeah.
And that was fun. But started as a Sith. That was an interesting thing to do. Barely started as a clone trooper.
Yeah.
Or a trooper of sorts. I'm sure that would have been fun. But I started as a bounty hunter. And I went real far with it. Because she's just build up a gang. You're with your friend and your mentor or something, and you're just on this world trying to deal with a Hutt in a bounty hunter competition, and then you're out in space.
Tales of Borderlands.
Sort of, but you have a gun and you know how to use it.
She has a gun in Tales of the Borderlands.
Yeah. Yeah. But you can decide who to shoot always.
Right, you get multiple shots.
She's the bounty hunter's just fun to play as, shooting the big blaster, double blasters or something like that. Shooting a blaster in Star Wars is fun.
Yes. Talk about something weird real quick.
Sure.
People like Kylo Ren, a lot.
Yeah.
I understand liking the Sith characters from it, and don't get me wrong, because of course I'm a huge Darth Maul fan.
Of course. And he gets even better when he talks.
Yeah, and then I'm excited for the Darth Maul movie.
Are you?
I might go and see it. I haven't gone to see any of the other Star Wars movies.
There was talk about stuff Darth Maul's done to death. Because his story arc already finished with Rebels, and it was a fine story arc.
But I didn't watch Rebels.
That's true.
Or Clone Wars.
That's very true. You at least watched the scenes he was in Clone Wars in, right?
I've watched a couple of them. He's in episodes. He's the center of
there are center of episodes where him and Obi-Wan are fighting all the time.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
He's doing his own thing, and then his brother is there, and I'm like, I can't. I gotta watch all of this. I'm not just gonna watch these scenes.
And you never did.
I never did. I should eventually, but I say that about everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to watch Twilight Zone, the new Twilight Zone series.
I don't know, it's scary.
I know, that's why I want to watch it.
I don't want to watch it because it's scary.
But I have to get CBS Now, and I'm like,
off.
And I was going onto it, and it was like, hey, if you're a student, you get 25% off a limited commercial run. And I was like, I'm not going to pay for your fucking streaming service if there's going to be commercials.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I didn't see Solo. I didn't see Rogue One. I haven't seen 8. I watched 7. Wasn't impressed.
I watched. So here's the thing. I watched the important part of 8. That's what counts.
The Snoke count part.
Yeah, that's so. I jumped in. As Finn and Rose, I believe her name is.
Yeah.
Got onto the big ship. As Rey was going back to help. And all that. I missed the parts that didn't matter.
The part where Luke drinks some milk.
That was deleted scene. I got to the part where, so Finn, Rose on the ship doing things. Poe, the Rebel fleet's rushing towards the planet.
Yes.
On the last resistance, the old Rebel base. Cool shit happens.
Luke does the hologram thing.
Luke does a fun hologram thing that Kylo Ren is a little idiot about.
Yeah, he's like, shoot him now.
And then he's just does the fun brushes off their shoulder. So that's fun.
Does he die?
He dies because he did that.
Yes.
He made an incredibly real force projection and died for it.
Yeah, that was his Force ghost.
And he had a real fun death.
Yeah.
He gave something to Leia, though, with his force ghost.
Leia's still alive.
They probably did some stuff with that. Lando's in the game in the new trailer.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fun.
I mean, they had to, right?
Somebody has to be.
Someone has to be there. Lando's like, oh god, all my old friends are dead.
It's so weird that out of all the characters they kept alive,
Lando?
it's Leia.
It's really bad, right?
It's less than ideal, to be sure.
Like, Leia was doing some... Oh, no, that was the whole thing. Is that Kylo couldn't kill Leia in Episode 8.
Yeah, because she force punches the Star Destroyer.
No, that's not it.
She does do that, though.
No, that's not a thing.
Huh?
That was a fake movie. That was a fake video.
Really?
Of course!
Somebody faked that entire thing?
So, the Leia part is faked. In the movie, the Resistance commander who took over while Leia was in a force coma,
Yes.
moved the big old ship, and then lightspeed jumped.
Oh, yeah, jumped through
them.
the ship. Yes,
Yeah.
I remember that now. I had a conversation with somebody about that entire thing, yeah.
Yeah, that would be stretching the limits of imagination for Leia to force punch
Dude, I don't know. Fucking...
in space.
I don't know what happens in that goddamn movie.
Oh, right, you're not a Star Wars fan.
Not a Star Wars fan. Dude,
Hashtag not a Star Wars
they kill Snoke in it.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I like the idea that it's subverting expectations for making Snoke out to be this big old guy, but then Kylo Ren kills him and takes his place.
But, like, what the fuck is the point then?
What do you mean?
They're subverting expectations and then they're setting up stuff for no reason.
That's true. Well, I mean, it's not setting... Well, wait. Subverting expectation, isn't that the same thing for setting things up for no reason?
There should be...
Well, because you're putting it in there to subvert the expectation.
Right, I guess if the point is to subvert expectations, but what does that mean? What does that do? What does that accomplish?
Surprising the audience.
That can't be the whole reason for character actions. You can't...
It's not.
Then what was the...
Well, Kylo Ren did it so he could seize power.
Kylo Ren could have already been in power. What is gained storytelling-wise?
Rey shows... So, that's what happens. Rey is contacting Kylo the entire time.
Yes.
Showing him he could be more. Kylo takes it in the wrong direction.
Yeah, he's like, I'll be more. Right?
He sees Rey, and he's like, he has a crisis of conscience, and then he's like, I know what to do.
Yeah.
What happens after, like, they kill Snoke, he kills Snoke, and then they kill all, like, the people around, and then, Kylo's like, we can destroy it all and build it back up. And Rey's like, no, you're a psychopath.
Obviously not.
And then she beats him in a fight.
But then there's the, so I saw a post online that was like, because Palpatine might be in the next movie, right? That's the going theory. And it was like, Chancellor Palpatine is in Episode 9. And
wouldn't it be insane if Qui-Gon showed up?
I would be hyped as fuck. What if the after credit scene
he'd
was
show up and he'd be
Qui-Gon?
like, who are you? Everyone would be like, who are you?
And then he
be like,
was Snoke.
Yeah! Oh! Snoke is Qui-Gon's Force Ghost.
It all makes sense. But it was like, and then
Kylo's like, I knew you were a Jedi this whole time.
Qui-Gon.
How do you know who I am?
Oh shit, that's what I was. Then he dies. But it's like, and then, so Palpatine is in Episode 9. Kylo Ren, who's been killing old white men for every other movie.
That's kind of weird, right?
And then it was like, wait a minute, hold on. Is the implication that Kylo Ren killing Han Solo in the first movie was woke?
No.
Is that the suggestion here? Post on
Is
Tumblr.com?
that what they said?
They didn't say it, but they implied that it was like a good thing. Because they were like,
Han
Kylo Ren...
Solo's a decent man.
Kylo Ren getting ready to kill another old white man. Yeah, that's a win for the hashtag resistance.
What? Shut up.
There's no other way to take that post, right? There's no other way to understand that.
Right. No, yeah.
And it's just like, man,
I'm a Star Wars fan.
there's a reason I haven't seen these movies.
There's a tweet going around about someone ridiculing a man for getting so emotionally excited for Episode 9 trailer. And the person was like, "Wow, another with the increase in Star Wars and comic book movies, more undateable men have shown themselves with how excited they're getting for these movies."
Huh?
And I'm like, and I was like, I saw that picture, I saw that tweet, and I'm like, oh, this is obviously a guy getting frustrated about Rey being the main character. But no, he's like genuinely excited, like he's crying over how excited he is for the movie. And then, well, luckily, all the comments are like,
of course.
fucking, what are you talking about? This dude is fine. I would date someone this passionate about their interest, and also he's married, so he doesn't need to date.
That's such a funny thing.
Yeah.
Look how undateable this guy is.
Also, they threw cargo shorts under the bus. They're like, this is as unfun as this is, like, just like this might be as worse than guys who wear cargo shorts. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
They're an easy way to keep my phone in my pockets.
I can carry more.
That's just efficient.
Design cargo pants for women.
Hating on cargo, it's yes. Yeah, that's probably a thing.
Yeah.
It's funny that...
and it's a good fashion choice for them.
Yeah, because they don't have enough pockets. So, more pockets.
And they look nice in them. But it doesn't matter what I think.
Oh, that's why they should design cargo pants for women, huh?
For my gaze
For
only.
your gays. That's the end of the episode.
Wow, what?
I made a lot of really bad statements in this one, but I came out on top because William's a sexist. And beep!
No. You just wanted to say that because I'm the real Star Wars fan.
William's a real Star Wars fan, and I am a Star Wars man.
No. Talk to me about Star Wars more often.
Sure, now that we know we both like it.
Which is, we should have known this.
I mean, what's there to talk about?
Because you didn't, I didn't know you like Star Wars. There's something to talk about.
Neither of us have seen Episode 8.
So we're not Star Wars fans.
If
If that's the criteria you're going by,
we should at least we should consume some amount of new Star Wars content. And when was the last time you consumed a piece of Star Wars content?
Battlefront.
The Battlefront, that was like 4 years ago.
2016, baby. 2015.
Like 5 years ago.
4 years ago.
So long ago.
Yeah.
And then the end of 8.
The end of 8. On the TV upstairs.
On the DVFs. Yeah,
I burst into the theater. Am I late? No, I'm right on time for the last 30 minutes of the movie.
Get away from me.
My soda now.
That's the best way to watch movies.
Taking...
Can you imagine? You're like sitting at the movies and somebody like, when they like, excuse me, going through, and then they sit right next to you and like drink your soda.
Oh, excuse me. Then like it's really awkward. Like they get their crotch in your face and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Someone moved in and bumped me in, and then. Oh, I'm so thirsty.
What would you do? Like,
They sit down with a full 2-liter cup of movie
movie coffee.
coffee. Jesus Christ.
With a straw. They've got hot coffee with a straw.
Oh God.
But then they drink your drink anyway.
Oh, my drink's too hot. I'm waiting for it to cool down. They take some of the ice cubes out of your drink and drop it in their coffee.
And then you're like, what the fuck? Stop it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Shh, it's a movie.
Hey, it's a movie.
What do you do? What if somebody does that impossible power move to you?
You get security.
What? So you leave? You have to stand up.
No, there'd be ushers.
Hey,
No.
hey.
They would respond to the. Respond to the.
So in that case, they hear some commotions coming up, and then you go down and you get to them, and then they move. They go do it to somebody else.
Then you're fine. Not my problem.
My problem. And then they kill Uncle Ben.
Kill Uncle Ben. I'd be fine with that.
And then they sneak out of the theater before anyone catches on.
And kill Uncle Ben.
So they buy one movie ticket, right?
They buy a movie pass.
They buy a movie pass, which gets them free concessions or discounted concessions.
Yeah.
So they don't spend any money on concessions.
Mm-hmm.
But they have their movie pass.
Mm-hmm.
They got their one ticket a month.
Mm-hmm.
They walk in, they scan their ticket,
Yeah.
and they walk into every movie theater there. And they pull this ruse. They grab some popcorn, they grab some soda.
From people?
Everybody. Everybody they can.
Yeah.
And that's their dinner for the night. And they catch a bunch of movies.
Real bad dinner, right?
I
Like, sad.
mean, yeah.
They sit in their car alone and eat a bunch of...
They've already eaten.
Oh. Oh, in the movies?
Yeah, they're stealing from people.
Okay.
Maybe they steal like a box of candy. That's the real good ones. When people have like a full box of candy, you just get to
A full
snag
box.
that.
They haven't opened it
They
at
haven't
all.
opened it. It's the start of the movie. They're munching on some popcorn. They're taking some drink, and you just walk up and you just steal it.
I saw on Twitter, like, I believe it was like Proton John and Lucagen. Doesn't matter. You don't know them. You're not a real Proton John and Lucagen fan.
You got me.
Got it. Yeah. I don't watch any of this stuff either.
Good thing you name dropped them then.
I don't know why I did. It doesn't matter. But they're like, we're getting the deluxe treatment at the movies, and they're like sitting in like nice chairs with like a table in front of them and like a burger and like fries and a movie theater screen. I'm like, whoa.
That's my ideal movie theater experience.
Yeah.
Anytime I get to go to the movies and I get to put my feet out, I get to stretch.
Oh,
That's a good movie
absolutely,
experience. That was what we did when we saw Two Heroes.
Yeah, because we were in... Well, really?
Anime movies, in general, great ones to watch, because they're not super popular.
I think a lot of people show up.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people show up, but still, not as much as, like, a normal movie.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to go see an anime movie on opening week, and it's never going to be as crowded as, like, a fucking...
Avengers
Marvel
movie.
movie,
I
yeah.
mean, fucking of course not.
But that's the best.
It is true. It's the best.
We went to see Power Rangers the one night, like, a while back, and it was the four of us and one other dude who got mad at us.
Why do you get mad at us?
Because we were laughing and whispering and stuff.
Oh.
Ideally,
How did we know he got mad at us?
I think he might have said something just like, hey. And only I heard it.
Why the fuck? He's the only other person there.
You can't hear the
Hey!
movie.
Shut up!
I go up and I steal... Oh, I was stealing his popcorn also.
Fucking of course.
So he was mad at me for that.
Were you saying something, or?
I think that's the end of the episode.
I think it is, yeah.
I think it's a good tip for our listeners that if you want to just get a little bit of free popcorn, you can go to the movies and go into...
Eat off the floor.
People leave so much free food on the floor.
That's just the rule of everything, though.
It's a little dirty.
You can find some Powerade in an old Powerade bottle on the side of the road. It might not even be blood. Or blue pea.
That's just how people are on the
You know,
road.
like-
They're just pea blue
You know, on the where?
on the road.
The road.
On the long, winding roads.
Yeah, they got a pea blue real quick.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Whoa, that is not healthy. I wish there was a doctor around.
Doctor on the go. That's what Luke ordered. That's what Luke and his family had in episode 4. You know, so they was like, oh, classic blue milk, right? No, it's blue pea.
Episode 8.
Rise of the blue pea.
That's the end of the episode.
But, wait, no, episode 9 is the last of the blue pea because it's the
Last of the...
I messed up the names.
Alright, so you got...
The Phantom Blue Pea.
The Phantom Blue Pea. Episode 7 is The Blue Pea Awakens. The Rise of the Blue Pea and The Last of the Blue Pea.
Well, it's the last of the blue pea because that's episode 8. It's the Last Jedi, last of the blue pea. Episode 9 is the Rise of the blue pea.
That can't be right. I thought we were on the last of it in episode 8.
Well, Luke is the Last Jedi and he dies.
What is this one called?
The Rise of Skywalker.
Is it the Rise?
That makes things even more confusing, doesn't it?
Because Rey is a Skywalker.
That was the whole thing.
She's not.
It's the whole thing. It's like, that was a good scene in episode 8.
That it proved that she wasn't a Skywalker.
Where he was like, your parents were scrappers, and they left you behind.
Yeah.
They were never coming back.
Why did they not take her?
I don't know. I think they sold her.
Ah, that makes sense.
Or they didn't have money and they didn't want her. I don't know. But I don't think they'd be good enough parents for her to wait that.
Speaking of good enough parents, you want to make a brief aside about our massive chalice last night?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
was
thought
last
you were
night.
going to throw shade at our parents.
Why would I do that? So, real quick, we got back into Massive Chalice, and I thought we were
2
losing.
years.
And we hit the halfway mark. But, so, we had this person come up to us.
Layla Crimson River.
Layla Crimson Wyvern.
We hadn't used her.
And she was like, you haven't used me once. I'm as good at fighting as anybody else.
It's already know.
I want to be on the front lines. And we did the last option, which was to...
Give her a 5-year time to just
5-year
travel
time
the world.
to find herself.
Yeah.
And she was like, thank you, I'll make it count. Then she came back, patriotic trait earned, better than ever. And then, 5 years later,
A month or so later,
not that long at all,
she fucks the standard of the Crucible and has a baby with him.
our 66-year-old standard, the trainer of our guard.
Fucked Layla Crimson Wyvern.
And it gives you the most fucked up options.
You exile both parents but keep the baby. You put the baby in the orphanage but keep the parents. Make the baby decide which parent to keep.
So,
The baby that is a newborn.
we
struggled with it for a while.
We struggled with this for a second because we didn't want to exile both of them. Then we lose our standard and this and
New
Layla.
patriotic, yeah. We were really just worried about Layla because the standard was 66 years old.
Yeah, he was on his way out, and then we didn't want to get rid of the baby because
it was a Crimson Wyvern.
and we need heroes.
Yeah.
And then so
Let's
we're
let
like,
the baby decide.
baby decide 50-50 shot.
And so the way that they described it was they put the baby, this infant, on the floor, and it just laughed and giggled a bit, like in between both parents. And they described it as they made no moves, no sound. They just stared on with unabashed love. And the baby giggles and laughs and rolls towards the dad. And then people are laughing and stuff at the baby as the mother is escorted out and exiled.
It's so fucked because the game is just like, we can't let them make decisions like this on their own. Like that, the Chalice's job is to make these decisions for them, and we can't have anybody going against this. And I'm like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
As the Chalice, I don't really care as long as the baby's gonna fight for us. If they would have a baby on the side, even better.
Right.
But it's like, nope, Layla's gone.
Layla's gone. And then the old man who couldn't keep his dick in his pants dies 3 years later at 69, which is the sex position he did before
With
then
Layla.
having a baby. 'Cause that's how sex works.
Brief second other thing. Who was the one person who came... Oh, yeah. It was the two of them.
Andrew Stumpf and another Crimson Wyvern were fighting.
And they were like talking about which family was more important. We only have two families.
At that point,
actual
and we
importance.
had them already joined in marriage, not the two people, but the two families, to save the Crimson Wyverns.
These two families are so intertwined.
They were cousins!
And they're fighting each other, and they're like... So it's like...
Settle the differences now.
or fight it out in the Bossa Dome.
Right. Or force them to travel the nation and see their work.
For 8 years.
8 years, and they come back, and as the quest starts, one of our lands sinks into the cadence. The corruption that surrounds the nation.
They're literally like, hey, we're back, we're better friends than ever. Don't look in this place, it's a mess back there.
We have to burn our clothes.
And it's like, it's a mess back there, it's gone!
You're not friends, you're murderers!
You lost it to corruption, how did you do that? Massive Chalice is great.
Massive Chalice is so much fun. We just gotta find more time to play it.
Yeah, that's literally it.
So that has been Cookies and Milk episode 134. The Panera cookie was a lot.
It was almost, I've been eating too much today.
You were a lot on the bread, you were a lot on the sweets.
Because today
How many meatballs did you have?
5.
5 meatballs? I only had 3. I was like, oh, they already put away the sauce and the meatballs.
I went ahead and finished it.
I imagine so.
Before we went out to play basketball, so that was good.
Oof.
But
I wonder you weren't performing well.
easy there.
I made the shot.
You missed 2 passes. I missed 2 shots.
You missed a lot of shots.
You wouldn't even let me make the shots otherwise.
Because you were missing them.
Pass it to me so I can throw away.
You'll miss the shot, so pass it to me so I can miss the pass.
We have fun.
We got legit mad at each other for the Star Wars fan thing, though.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh boy!
Don't be so dismissive next time. How about?
You never talk about Star Wars, so I made an assumption. All right?
Don't dismiss him. It's not like you think you're better than me.
I never said that. Why would you ever assume Star Wars fans are better than people?
You were dismissive of me. You were belittling. I did not appreciate it. I had so today is a day where I go to school, so I skip lunch.
Bad idea, right?
I mean, I had Pop-Tart. I had a granola bar for breakfast, Pop-Tarts, and then at 3 I had a little bag of pistachios, 110 calories worth of pistachios.
Bag of pistachios.
110 calories.
Oh,
Small bag.
so you had. Let's go back over it again, real quick.
Granola bar,
Granola bar,
Pop-Tarts,
Pop-Tarts,
bag of pistachios,
bag of pistachios,
many little bites.
little bites.
Got home.
So hold on. That's like, let's say 400 calories max.
Sure.
The total you're supposed to have usually a day is like 2,000.
Yeah.
You had 400 like the whole day.
Yes. All carbs.
All so much carbs and salt too.
Yeah.
You get home.
I get home.
You come over here.
Come over. Yeah.
You eat all the noodles.
I have a thing of bread, little piece of baguette,
Carbs.
carbs.
You eat more bread.
I have.
I noticed you had more bread.
I have 3 pieces of bread and one of the breadsticks.
3 pieces of bread. You're carb loading.
I eat two bowls of noodles, things of sauce, 5 meatballs.
5. I mean, it's protein, I guess.
I get back into the house. I grab the chocolate Danish.
You ate a chocolate Danish before we had these cookies.
I go upstairs. I grab a cookie.
You ate a cookie before.
A cookie in the apple Danish.
An apple Danish.
I came down and I had 2 cookies and a half a banana cookie. And then too much milk.
Too much. Too much milk.
I poured too much milk into my cup.
That's on you. All of that is on you.
Oh, it's entirely on me.
I think we have to end it there.
Yeah. Hashtag not a Star Wars fan?
Don't.
For the title of the episode?
I suppose. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. That has been episode 134 of Cookies and Milk. I've been your host, William.
You remember when this episode was about Overwatch?
Shit, man. I'm
mean,
so tired.
I mean, it was Ben.
Bye, guys.